before we start this video, I have to admit that I know I got most of these stories from the people that I've subscribed to on YouTube. I don't usually go out and look for these things. But that's not the point. Number one, Francisca Ramsey recently made a video on MTV, just the channel, not MTV on actual TV or MTV News, which is where she mostly does her fuck white people decoded thing. Now, for some reason, they decided, let's make MTV even more cancerous by bringing her on the main channel. I wonder why. Don't know. Anyway, she basically, although the title of the video is very reasonable, why is legally immigrating to the United States almost impossible? First of all, it's not impossible. You just gotta have the right connections. She basically complains how it takes forever and it costs money to come to the country, which hopefully a more explained video will be up tomorrow. Yeah. She lists out what it requires for you to immigrate to this country. And she basically says that this needs to change, but she offers no ideas to fix it. I mean, yes, the system is broken, or else illegal immigrants wouldn't be everywhere, including here in Georgia. Now, I'm not saying that people shouldn't be allowed to immigrate here, but they should come legally. I was watching a video about Carlos Mencia in 2003. Not for the easily offended. That's the title of his special. Not for the easily offended, which, if you're an SJW, don't watch it. You'll be offended. He basically talks about how Mexicans on border cities don't come over the border. And he acts like they're lazy. I don't. He's like, man, I wish I was up there. Go! Run! Nah, man, my culo, eh. What I actually think is, these people know the requirements that it takes to come to this country. They know they don't have the money or the resources or connections. And the only way they could come to this country is doing it illegally, and they respect our law by not coming. They wait to get the money to do that stuff. They wait for their relatives, some who are possibly illegal, to send money over down to Mexico and get the lawyer and stuff that required for it. But again, she acts like we should just let them in. I mean, she's basically implying that we should just let them in. Look, the system is not perfect, but it's the one we got. And we do need a wall so that the illegals don't come over. If you're watching this in another country, you can't come to this country as long as you do it legally. Back in whenever, she was talking about when people come to Ellis Island, back then, they didn't have to deal with spies, terrorists, murderers, drug traffickers, drug lords. And Mexico has their problems with immigration too. If it's not drunk frat boys, it's murderers. Because of the whole extradition thing. Mexico is a Catholic country and they're against the death penalty. That's why they don't have an extradition treaty. Same with Canada. Well, except for the Catholic part. Although the French parts are. Basically what I'm saying is this country has the death penalty and we use it. That's why Canada and Mexico don't have extradition treaties. That's why murderers flee to Mexico, because they know they won't be extradited. When George Lopez was making fun of Donald Trump by acting as Donald Trumpez, he said the following. My best way to paraphrase, because my Spanish and all like, we gave America some hike. Actually, es increíble. Ellos, Estados Unidos, you know what they gave us? Fugitivos por asesinar sus esposas. Murderers fugitives who murdered their wives. You know, they kill their wives, they flee. There was even, I remember watching World's Wildest Police videos, a guy that was a drug trafficker in Texas successfully crashed, drove to the Rio Grande or whatever, the river that separates Texas and Mexico, and fled across it. Because, just saying, we need a better we need a better immigration system, but don't just throw it just because some people in some countries have it hard and it takes a while. I know that if I was in Ireland and all of a sudden the British decided to reinvade, wanting to reclaim an empire they didn't deserve in the first place, that I would have to wait 1 to 5 to 10 years to come to America. And unfortunately, I've discovered that for Irish citizenship, you have to have at least one great grandparent to have one great grandparent at the most one great grandparent as a citizen of Ireland to get an Irish citizenship. I'm fucked. Second is about the thing about Trump and the missile strike. Although I am grateful that he did take action against Bashar al-Assad, and Obama, who was my president, did nothing after the Ghouta chemical attack in 2014. The Syrian government is responsible for the chemical attack. I think it was either April 7th or in March. I can't remember the details. Because Bashar al-Assad is responsible. He did it once and he did it again. Because Obama, it's one of the few things I got against Obama. One of the few is he did nothing after that chemical attack in Syria in 2014. So, yeah. Bashar al-Assad thought he could get away with it. Well, he didn't. Trump, I'll give you this. I'll give you props. Although 7 civilians were killed, and I wanted to go against him I wanted to go against Trump for warning Russia. It's like, I don't want Russia as an ally ever. No, once a communist country, always a communist country. That was a little crazy and biased. You're talking to a guy who really doesn't give a shit. If you know me for a while, if you know me for long, you'll realize that there are a lot of things I do not give two shits about. But he did send a message to Bashar al-Assad that we will not stand by and let you kill your own civilians with chemical weapons like our previous administration did. Obama, you were my president. I voted for you. Still miss you, Barack. And I wouldn't have known about this unless I watched Hunter Avalon's latest video. Yeah, I get some of my content from people I subscribe to from YouTube, but I don't care. At the moment, I do not care. There's a homosexual guy, I'm assuming a Canadian university, Dunis, fuck it, I don't know. That there will be a Chick-fil-A near that university. That he's afraid that it will violate his safe space. Oh, really? So what? A Christian-run place that is closed on Sundays because of the Sabbath is going to be near your university, your echo chamber. Get over yourselves. Just don't go to... man, I am a liberal and I'm not this retarded. Ugh. I don't want safe spaces. This is my safe space. The room I live in. This is my safe space. And the only safe space I want to hear about is the one on the Division. Scanners indicate you are in a safe zone. That's, yeah, that's about it. Man, I want a Kennedy haircut and I'm looking like Bobby Kennedy. I wanted a JFK haircut and they gave me an RFK. Irrelevant. And another thing, there, speaking of safe spaces, there was this person. She basically said, that safe spaces for marginalized groups is not racist, it's survival. Oh yeah, like this is what marginalized group. This is what marginalized. This is what provide. I'm so, I can't think straight. This is what safe spaces provide for marginalized groups. Oh, thank God. Oh, only marginalized groups in here. Oh, thank God. Oh, there's no white people in here, right? Oh, thank God. There are white people everywhere. Oh, I was almost killed. Oh. Safe spaces is basically echo chambers where you get to be with people who spout the same bullshit views as your own without having your feelings triggered. And we got this idiot. I can't remember what university it was, but apparently this guy on application, this Ziad Ahmed. I'm not going to respect you. Basically, on his application, he wrote hashtag Black Lives Matter 100 times. That's it, and he was accepted. What? That is the. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. That is the biggest affirmative action political correctness bullshit I've heard lately. And I've heard a lot of shit that just roils my blood. Ahmed said it was, quote, refreshing to see that they view my unapologetic activism as an asset rather than a liability. Fucker, that's not apologetic activism. That's called pandering. Kissing ass. I haven't had the money for college yet, but when I do, I'm not going to put on an application Black Lives Matter because I don't kiss ass. I'm going to tell the basic information. I never looked at an application, so I just tell them why I qualified. I'm not going to say, Black Lives Matter, I am politically correct. Oh, I am a feminist. And male feminists are only trying to get laid or they're cucks. It's just facts. Hand over your balls, male feminists, because you've lost your right to them. And one last thing, there was a article recently came out that expecting people to be on time is racist. Are you fucking for real? Is there anything in this world that my regressive, far left cousins won't call racist? Is there anything that isn't racist? Is breathing going to be racist soon? And there's in this article it says there are two groups. As like for an example, there are two groups of people. One, they're expected to come at 9 a.m. and one group is late and the other group is early. Apparently, it says that it would be wrong to advise the straggling late people who aren't respecting everyone else's time that in our country, 9 a.m. means 9 a.m. Because you must understand that, quote, His cultural perspective regarding time is neither more nor less valid than the other. Let me tell you something. In this country, like let's say, um, when I worked at McDonald's, I clocked in at 1 p.m. One in this country, 1 p.m. means 1 p.m. Now, I was fortunate enough to live 10 minutes away, but I didn't even have to go on the freeway. But the thing is, either I came in at 10, 1 p.m. or my ass is gone. I remember a long time ago, the same Carlos Mencia special, either or a different one. Basically, it's Carlos Mencia. He said that in Mexico, um, when people went on break, they left for 3 hours. The whole place shut down, and everyone goes, has lunch, fucks, takes a nap after fucking their girlfriend, and then come back 3 hours later. But here, if you ain't back in 30 minutes, someone's taking your place. Something like that. Basically, what's in your country's timelines is different here. You're in our country, you follow our rules, our laws, okay? You can't just expect, oh, they're minorities. They get to be late whenever the fuck they want. No, excuse me, if me and Alejandro, or who the fuck ever that isn't white, like let's say, I don't know, Samuel Jackson wasn't an actor, and he was, let's say Samuel Jackson wasn't the best black fucking actor there is. Or Richard Pryor wasn't the funniest fucking comedian ever. And he was still alive today, but he fucked up and had to get a job at McDonald's and could no longer be an actor. And he and I worked the same position or similar. I basically, cleaned the place up. And he and I had the same job. And he and I both came in at 1. It is fucking stupid to expect me not to. My boss is not to expect him to come in at the same time I do, just because of race. No, you clock in when they want you to clock in, and clock out when they want you to clock out. And if you don't, now if you come in early, great, that's great, dedication to work. But if you come in late, that says something about you. And today, I went to the gas station. I went to the pump. By habit, before even putting my card in or just beep beep beep, I put the pump in the hole, and I got out my card, and all of a sudden the lights were blinking on the grades. I looked at the screen, it said prepaid $15. Apparently some guy wanted to give me a break, and I got $15 in free gas. So instead of paying for gas, I got to get a drink. I'll be honest, that's my 4th today. I guess. So, and also there was a new Star Wars trailer. Let me tell you something, I was stoked. I was gay for 20 seconds. I was jumping up and down. My mother actually said, "You're acting gay." I said, "Well, I don't give a fuck, mother, it's Star Wars." That was the gayest thing I've done today after that. And then, months late, I find out that Fantastic Beasts is coming out with sequels. Not just one, sequels. Basically, I've had a good day today. I saw an amazing trailer, found out that Fantastic Beasts is coming out with more. I got $15 gas for free. I've had nice, delicious soda and fruit by the foot, which is all gone. Even this bullshit by the far left couldn't ruin my day. only thing that could ruin my day is if my bitch ex-girlfriend called me and tells me she's pregnant. That's about it. I just want to say, don't give in to the far left, don't give in to the far right either. Be central like me. Anyway, everyone please stay American, stay out there, and may the force be with you.